Welcome to the Love and Victory Show with Val, where we will bring you candid conversation. In each conversation, we will talk about real life ups and downs while tackling unresolved matters. We will also unmask issues and truly speak straightforward and candid about our needs and brokenness, while allowing ourselves to exhale so that we can become victorious. This is a place where you can be open to the possibilities of living life in abundance while gaining tools to become bold and complete. So let's get to it.
All right, we're live.
We are back. Oh my God, it is so hard trying to corral this team and get them back on set. Not to mention, they are in party mode for this celebration today. So
we're not supposed to celebrate.
we are supposed to celebrate.
I just want to make sure I showed up to the right spot.
We celebrating.
We are celebrating 100,000 plus.
What you say?
On YouTube.
Yeah.
And so we have a whole behind the scenes going on. We have a bartender. We have a catering. It just went out.
Don't tell all your business.
That's okay. We just gonna keep it going. It's not that one. It's this one. So, but we're just gonna keep going. And
you know what? I'm just so happy to see you and me back
in strive again.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep this party, this train going. We're gonna ask Brother Carter to do it like he's always do it like you've never done it before.
The introduction. Okay.
Yes.
We do have some people on the show.
We got some people. It ain't just me.
All right.
It's not just
we
you
got
two.
some people on the show.
That boy.
But I need
Let me do what I do. Let me do what I do.
I know Brother Carter, but I need
See,
you
there
to
you
give
go, applying pressure.
Pressure.
But I know it's just special for me. Just do it. Do it.
I don't know what
How can you look at how good she looking today and deny her anything?
I want to give it to her right though.
Oh.
Well, that's the show. All right.
Do what you gotta do.
Your grandchildren are here.
Parental advisory.
Baby girl, they used to us.
And so we want to thank the panel for showing up today. As y'all see, we have an outstanding cast with us today.
Yes.
Very beautiful, educated.
Yes, come
loving,
on.
If you ask for it, we have it.
Yes.
It's in the house.
Yeah.
It's in the house. So first we have Miss Tahlar Rowe in the building with us today. Miss Tahlar Rowe, wave at the people. You have your camera right there. Tahlar Rowe, introduce yourself to the people. Tell them a little bit about yourself if you will.
Yes. Well, I am so excited to be here. Congratulations on your 100,000 plus.
Amen.
Subscribe. It's only gonna get higher from here. And so first and foremost, just thank you for having me. For I am Tahlar Rowe. I am first a child of the Most High.
Yes, come on.
Tell
girl,
her
now.
what you said, blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
But yes, I'm so happy to be here. Some of my work is in the mental health world, community engagement, community impact management. So just thank you for having me, and I'm excited to be here with all these wealth of wisdom.
Yes,
like money, smelling like money.
Smell like money. Yeah. And we also have sitting right next to her my bloodline.
That's right.
Yes,
That
Miss Brandy.
bloodline, yes, it's thick.
I was finna say Carter, but you married now. So.
Yes, married now. Yes, married.
Mama, I's married now. This is my daddy's sister's baby right here. Miss Brandy.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Brandy.
Thank you, Unc.
Everybody know you already, but tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yes.
And why are you so connected to the Love and Victory Show with me?
Yes, because
No, wait. Now, you want me to do the induction? Now you gonna come up in here.
now you almost bought in Tina and Ike now.
I'm gonna stay in my lane.
You say that your ball way over here.
Stay in my lane, Brother Carter.
What lane are you in? What's
Number one, so I can.
lane 2?
Good
morning, guys. My name is Chef Brandy Hinds-Boone, owner of Consuela's Kitchen, actually known as a celebrity chef, also award-winning chef too as well. Been in business now for 10 years, celebrated this past August. Yes, I am the niece also of Miss Carter. Yes. I am just proud to be here of my aunt representing the 100K plus 100,000 followers. Just so proud and just ecstatic just to keep, walking and celebrating her path and her milestone. Actually, from the very beginning when she actually started the podcast and actually just look how it grown and blossomed. And just to continue to blossom, there's more to come.
Oh yeah.
So just excited to be here. It's all about you today, Aunt.
Well, come on now. All right then. Well, we gonna go leave that. And my and the baddest co-host. I can't do without him.
I mean, the show is called Love and Victory Show with Val.
Yeah.
I get the L portion of it.
Yes.
Love.
Yeah. That's where we formed this show from.
Yes.
Love and victory.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was formed.
Give them the history.
That's a good flip. That's a good flip it. There you go.
Tell them the history.
So we also have another brother of mine, man, a favorite of this show, one of the favorites of this show here, Mr. Adonis Mitchell. He's been here for how long? How many years you been with us now, Adonis?
So Stephanie and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
That trip to Jamaica.
Yeah.
That we weren't invited to. We had to come to work while they was on location.
We decided to let y'all bless y'all with hosting the show that particular day.
It was a great show, and
he got his nose turned up.
Every show, because I still don't have an invitation to Jamaica. That's why. Every show after has been great. But to introduce myself, as you were leaning towards. My name is Adonis Mitchell. I coach individuals and corporations on how to bridge the gap. It is not your fault that there is a gap, but it is your responsibility to bridge it. So,
wait, but you didn't start off like
greetings and salutations to all those out there. There we go.
You got to give it to him.
Brother Carter loved my tag. He loved my tag. So, being not only a supporter but a contributor since 2021, had the pleasure of hosting, co-hosting, being a guest, you name it. I have loved the consistent growth from where you all were in 2021 to branching out on faith and having your own space, your own location, to having live events, to continuing to do the work with your nonprofit organization and having real, raw, relatable conversations on this platform. So it is an honor to be here today to celebrate you all, your team, because I remember the first team, okay? Remember the team. Everybody can go with you, okay? To celebrate.
But we appreciate y'all, though. I know you're listening.
Amen.
Show.
To celebrate this momentous occasion, it is not a small thing to have over 100,000 individuals not only follow, but show up and support what you are doing. So God bless you, God keep you, and I'm looking forward to what comes next.
All right. Appreciate you, Doctor. No, man. And last but not least, my favorite. She's my favorite over here. You better know she knows it. This is Stephanie right there, Miss Stephanie Burrel. Stephanie is one of the. I mean, we have a lot of bright individuals. I don't mean a skin color bright. I mean,
she fits that description too.
She is a very bright young lady. I'm so proud that she have come into the fold of the Love and Victory show with my wife and myself. She has been a total blessing to this show. I want you to introduce yourself your own unique and special way that you do, baby.
Well, I can't be getting emotional on this camera with y'all. But these are my family members. These are not just my friends. those two over there, they're family to me. We are connected for life. I've been coming to the show since the very beginning. And just to watch it blossom, as others have said, and to see you all grow organically. Let's be very clear. They weren't paying for followers and subscribers. They grew organically because the message resonated with people, and it resonated so much that people told other people, and then they joined, and it continued to grow like wildfire.
Right.
Y'all are pioneers in this industry. The authenticity that you possess, I have never seen. And it's so honored to be joined to you all.
Amen.
Y'all know that I love you. And you know, I pull out my gloves and fight again for y'all. And a heartbeat.
Again, wait a minute. Let's talk about that. Again. Who was the first battle?
But my name is Stephanie, and I'm here with my people.
It's one thing I want to say about this group of people that come to our show. They are all God-fearing, praying individuals. They all have unique abilities in their lives, what they do. And they're good at what they do.
Yes.
And so I just want to commend you all for doing what you do in your lives and bringing that energy into our show. So, you know, thank y'all.
I thank you for such an amazing introduction, but I can't let this introduction just go without saying that they are not just guests. They are not just, they are our village. What you see, the people that God has blessed us with, some have been, quite a few have been connected to us through Stephanie. And so Stephanie, we thank you so much through AD, Brandy, and of course Taylor. I'm just so grateful. And so again, we don't take our relationships lightly. Just like Stephanie says, we'll throw down. She'll throw down. We will.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
We will take it that way.
We will take it that way. So keep on tuning in again. This conversation behind the exterior. So you guys are going to get to know what it took, how it looked, what we do behind the exterior. And
I need to play something for you guys.
Okay. Oh wow, you got something for
I have to play something for you.
Okay then. Well, let's go.
We're gonna get it started.
Okay, it's a surprise. Well, hey, this is the YouTube 100,000 subscriber. Let me open it up and see what it looks like. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. This is the official letter.
It says, do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th, or your 1000th subscriber? Chances are you do. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000 subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your millionth subscriber,
and it's coming,
we may just write you and ask, do you remember your 100,000 subscribers?
I couldn't have done this without the best co-host in the world, Brother Carter. He's Brother Carter to y'all, but he is my husband, and I love him, my rock. Thank you so much for just rocking with me, putting up with me. It was something that God poured into me, and you just love me so much to support me in this journey. Thank you. I love you. And more importantly, we love the Carter crew.
Thank you guys for subscribing to the Love and Victory Show with Val. We love you. God bless you.
You know, oh, wow. 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 Let me tell you. First of all, Abigail, thank you so much. Thank you to you and your team for putting that together. It just never ceases to amaze me. When you have good stock around you, good people that love you, that believe in the vision that God has put inside of you,
you can't do nothing but go up. So thank you to my team. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you to any and everybody that was a part of Rohit, the part of the team from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, even the bumps along the road. You know, we have to take those bumps along the road to grow from them and learn. And trust me and believe me when I say that I appreciate each one of you, whatever hand, good, bad, or indifferent. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Okay, now it's time for the acronym of the day. This is going to give us something to go off of for our conversation behind the exterior. So the word of the day is mask. M is for manipulative, skilled at influencing or controlling others for personal gain. A is for amiable, having a pleasant and friendly demeanor. S is for sincere, genuine and honest in words and actions. K is for kaleidoscopic.
Kaleidoscopic.
Yes. Vibrant, diverse, and constantly changing or evolving.
Now, mask. You're either going to have one on, you're going to take it off, or you've never put a mask on. I'm going to ask this question, and we're going to start with this. Are you truly the person you present to others? Or do you have a mask on?
Now, yeah.
Okay.
Now.
You stepped up before. What about before?
No, I'm now.
Now you are.
This is me.
Okay.
Now.
And why is that you now?
Because it is draining to wear a mask. It is draining to be one way with one set of friends, one group of people. It is draining to have to augment yourself consistently and reassess, like, am I with this group so I can act this way? I'm with this group, I can act this way. What you see is what you get. Yeah. If you don't like it, hey, God bless you.
That ain't your fault.
It's not your fault. It's not.
It's not my fault.
I think as we are going through our life's journey, when we go through high school and college, you know, we're trying to fit in and find ourselves. And once we get to a certain point in our life, for me, it was marriage and children. I don't have time to try and fit in whatever it is you believe. There's a clip that I watch frequently. Is I'm okay with being the villain in somebody else's story, even if I don't know the story. I'm fine with that because at this stage of my life, and that's with friends and family, like I'm cool with it because I know who I am. My children know who I am. My wife know who I am, and they are okay with that. I am okay with that. So there's no reason for me to wear or put on a mask. Now, a decade, 15, 20 years ago, I had multiple. Like y'all had a different looks, like a super beat and a natural. I had all the masks. Okay, had all the masks, had all the glam looks, and I would put them on in whatever space that I would be in, whether it was church, out at the club, at work, and with business partner, whatever it was, I could fit in to make sure that I could get what I want, the manipulation portion of it, to get what I want out of it, and to also make sure that you viewed me a certain way when I entered the space.
100%.
I think that's good.
I
was gonna add to that. I think this is true for most of us, especially on this platform today, that at some point in time we did wear a costume.
Yes. And I like that you said a costume because it was from head to toe.
What you talking about? Wait till you get home to unzip it and take it off.
And then ask for some help because you so drunk. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
you can't get out of it.
That's
you
good.
Gotta get out of it.
But it makes me go back to, like, my mind initially went back to, we're programmed in our households to be that way. You think about it, especially in Black households, it's like what happens in this house stays in this house. And we watch our parents. Our father is abusive and nasty towards our mother, but then he's preaching on the pulpit, or the mom is nasty and malicious towards the kids and jealous, but then when she's around her coworkers, she's so gregarious and beautiful. And so we learn very early on that we must compromise our authenticity. And it's not until you become an adult where you realize what that cost you, that you have to make a decision. You get to an impasse and you have to make a decision on whether you continue to go through life wearing the costume or whether you choose to shed the costume. And I always say 2020 is symbolic because we were wearing masks way before we were wearing masks.
Yes. Yes.
And I felt like it was the Lord giving us a revelation that we had been in that place.
Come on now.
A place of disease.
So now he needed to put something in our face that was physical so we can see it.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Yes.
Well,
Come here, Tahlar Rowe. Come on, jump in here.
Yeah.
Put me in it. I was soaking it in because you was on my street. You was outside my childhood door. She was peeping in the blinds. But my father always told me growing up, be yourself. And I used to be so annoyed at that. Like, I am being myself. He's like, be yourself. I think it was easy to take off the mask when I realized the blessings that came to me when I started to be myself. My friendship circle changed. All of a sudden, I had genuine, authentic, relatable friends. My job, how I showed up at work got better when I honed in the skills that I was good at. Then, promotions happened. And dating, all kind of things changed when I just said, I'm just going to show up as Tahlar.
Yeah.
This is all I know how to show up
as.
And so I thank my father because, growing up, you don't really think your parents know everything.
Yeah.
But then you start to hit your 20s. Right. And so coming up, I just turned 29 yesterday.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
I'm so grateful that I had that because now I'm like, life is so much richer when I'm showing up as myself. But I wore a mask for a very long time and I was miserable. And I didn't even want to live sometimes because I was so miserable.
Wow. Why wear a mask?
Well, okay. So I'll wear a mask because I had to be so many people for so many people. I also had
That's what you had in your head, bro.
No, it wasn't what I had in my head.
No.
That was my actual being.
That was your actual
See, here's
being.
the difference. We always want to measure other people's lives based off of what our experience is. And so every time we go in and we want to put someone in that box of where they were and what their life looked like, it's unfair to the person that is really expressing. No, I'm not really talking about
No, go ahead.
But it's unfair to the
I
person.
say shit just to get you going sometimes.
That's why I love it. Y'all, that's why y'all love the Victory Show with Val. Okay.
Another 100,000.
What we end up doing because it makes them uncomfortable. And so when they say things and they do things like that, it's uncomfortable for them because you're being authentic and you've seen the light and you're coming through. And so what people want to do is keep you in that box or box it up and make it sound pretty. I don't make anything pretty anymore. It is what it is. I just celebrated my 60th birthday.
Come on now.
So, I wish I knew.
Just a little subtle hair flip when she
I'm
said,
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. I wish I knew.
You only say that when you're feeling 40-ish.
Maybe 30.
And you're looking 30-ish.
There you go. But I'm really for real. The reason I'm saying that is that I wish I knew what I know now. And so one of the things that I am very, very conscious of with my grandkids, and especially because I don't want them to ever be in prison with what other people's experiences are, what their parents experience, what my experience are. So I'm just straight up with them. They can come to me with anything, even my children. Sometimes they don't like the answers, but I'm gonna give it to them straight. And so my change started to happen in 2010. My mask, I know that sounds like just yesterday, but I was still wearing a mask up until 2010. And I had a goal that I placed on my own self. And I said, if I can only get to 2010, in 2010, and I would walk around the house. You remember it. I would walk around the house. 2010. I started in 2007. 2010. When I get 2010, I hope y'all ready. And so I didn't even realize what that was going to look like, but I knew I needed something different. So it looked like my granddaughter is begging for the mic. Can somebody give her this? Come on, Diamond.
I do have a question. What is the significance of 2010?
2010 for me is, as Tahlar said earlier, Lawrence and I, your grandfather and I have been together for years, millions and billions of years. And one of the things, our relationship was solid.
She was sick of my ass.
Well, it wasn't just you.
Become another 100,000.
I absolutely love Lawrence, and I know that he was always a good man. But I had to live in a way that made everybody else comfortable. And nobody saw the pain in that they were inflicting on me. But I don't even give them that power no more. Now that I understand, I allowed them to inflict. And so I kept saying 2010 because I knew at that point it was time for me to do something different. I was getting the baby girl off to college. Our baby girl was going off to college. And I didn't know what that was going to look like, but I knew that either it's going to be a change here or it was going to be a change here. And so a change had to happen. And thank God that Lawrence was always a man that was going to fight for, that's okay. He was going to fight for his for our relationship. And that's what I love so much about him, is that divorce was never an option. And so, and he was 100% committed to your grandmother, to his family. And that's what
I'm a firm believer that what's behind the exterior is actually behind your own person. And so it's easy to cast that burden on somebody else, that they are inflicting something upon me. And you know, and when I accept that, then that's my fault. You know, so, and I've always talked to my wife all the time about, you know, about allowing people into her space. That belongs to you. That don't belong to nobody else, not even me. And so you, and I guess 2010 was your coming to America place where you just said, you know what? I'm not finna allow nobody else into my space.
Well, it actually started to, and I'm glad you said that, because he would always tell me this as a kid, and we're being transparent. This is how we hear, and I tell you anyway. As a kid, he would always tell me, nobody owns that. You know, you got to protect that. But I didn't understand it. He was my hero. And so I wanted him.
As a hero?
You was a hero. And so it's always.
I'm not a zero.
Never. It's always been two men in my life that meant everything to me. It was my father, and then it was my husband. And so, but there were those two men also hurt me. You understand? And so they taught me how to even either deal with pain or hide pain. And so
the mask. The mask. Come on, mask. Come on, mask.
You know, I need everybody to understand, you have to get to a place that you don't worry about what other people think and live, because it almost took me out. But by the grace of God, I'm still standing.
Well, that's tough in the culture that we live in. You know, social media being as prevalent as it is, us comparing ourselves, relationship goals, wanting to be like or emulate what we see in someone else or another group. It's challenging to have that inner discussion or just realization that, hey, maybe their story is not the story that I want to experience. Maybe their situation is not what I want to. I just want to be okay with that. I want to be okay with that. Like that. That's tough for many of us to get to, because so much of our life has been conditioned or programmed, like Stephanie said, whether it was by our family in that space or by society with social media. So everybody wants to have a nice car.
We didn't have social media back then. Here's
Right.
What we had. I had a father and a family that said, don't you go outside and talk our business. But they were highly intelligent, very looked good. Everything was good on the outside. But on the inside, it was a whole nother picture. Now I'm being real, and I know my story is no.
I grew up in a time where they would call you ugly in your face. You know, they hide behind the screen to tell all that stuff right now. You know, I had acne very bad as a young kid, and they called me scales, like I had fish scales on me.
Look at you now.
How you like me now?
We don't want to take this whole conversation.
But you know, having said all of that though. You know, we all have
Hold on 1 second. We got something for you.
Let's clarify.
We're
Let's
gonna need
clarify.
to take the mic for 1 second.
Okay, guys. So you may have saw us drop out for a second. Our Wi-Fi wasn't working, but we are back. We just had to reload the Wi-Fi. So if you just want to backtrack a little bit, we were out for about 2 minutes. Maybe.
Okay. We kept. Thank you so much for letting everybody know.
I saw her sitting up there. But I didn't,
You know, that's what I'm telling you. That's when you have a bad executive.
So going
You just
back
keep
to AD,
going.
let's go back to AD and
So to your question, and then to your point, brother Carter, I think so. Culturally, that plays a role in it. Growing up, I had a grandfather who had a fully loaded bar. Granted, we were not supposed to be in that area, but we saw individuals drinking. When there was a celebration, when there was misery around, when there was a sense of or a shift in the mood, we saw people drinking. My father didn't drink heavily, but he would have a glass of wine and things like that. But I have other family members who turned to alcohol, regardless of what it was. So likewise, when I had my moments,
Like a good cocktail too. I'm just
no, I'm not talking little cocktail.
Oh,
I'm not talking. Okay, I'm not talking liquid. Just a little cocktail. I'm heavy drinking.
okay.
So in college, yes,
Oh, okay.
yes, swimming,
Swimming.
pull up, drink,
Okay,
headshot, drink. Okay. In college, there were moments where I went through bouts of depression. So from a programming standpoint, the thing that I knew to go to was a bottle. And at that stage of my life, you weren't drinking more than me.
Oh wow.
So you
battle.
competition through the roof.
Yeah.
And I'm winning.
Yeah.
And I'm waking up the next morning and we're doing it again.
Okay.
And you're not beating me.
Now, if going to the bottle is a form of depression, then I'm going to depress on some.
Well,
Watch
so
your mouth,
so,
Lord.
so the comparison that I wanted to make is the programming that we have from a cultural standpoint. That was how we knew to express or hide, mask, whatever we were going through. It wasn't a, hey, let's talk about this. Let's discuss why you are feeling how you're feeling. What took place? What actions happened to make you have this reaction? That was not the discussion ever. It was, hey, you don't feel good.
That's not even the
that
discussion.
wasn't a part of it.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna raise the eyebrow on that
Okay,
from programming, because I guess it's something that I wouldn't jump to because it's the programming, because it's like mentally my mind say, even though I might have seen it, saw it, I'm not gonna do it. Like I was raised around a person that was either heavily drinking or smoked cigarettes or did drugs. Yeah.
You come up from some stuff, baby.
Honestly, to this day, right hand on the Bible, I never ever picked up none of that.
And I have to pick it.
And that was called choice.
And that was caused, my choice.
And I have to go back on that because that was never. That's why for me, it's like I question, because what made you go to drugs or alcohol? Because I didn't choose that.
I agree that I had a choice. I had a choice to start. I had a choice to continue. But once I started, there was a level of dependency that came with that, because I knew that if I was sad, if I was depressed,
that'll make you feel
that I would at least not feel sad, depressed, mad, angry, whatever in that moment while I was drinking or partaking in whatever I was partaking in. So yes, because I'm big on choice. It was 100% my choice, but I believed that this was one of the few choices I had because of the environment that I grew up in.
I hear what AD is saying, and I want to add that I feel like at the basis of what you all are saying is that our households, what is modeled to us, it teaches us how to cope under duress.
Correct.
So it could be alcohol, it could be food, it could be social media, it could be sex, it could be an info.
Come on,
it could be whatever you submerge yourself in. That's a maladaptive way to cope with what you're enduring and
maladaptive way.
That just means like a bad way to cope. with what you are experiencing, that you're not coping in a healthy way, that's the same exact thing. It's whatever your kryptonite is. And it could not be liquor, but it could be weed and gummies, or it could be always being around other people and being obsessed with being around others because you don't know how to be with yourself. That's just as dangerous, as toxic as liquor.
So what I'm hearing you say, and I really want you guys to hear this because that's so powerful. Sometimes you can put down one addiction and pick up another. You know,
if you have an addictive personality, that's what you do. I know a lot of people got off of drugs or alcohol and they started eating ice cream. That was they go-to.
I'll agree with you because I have an older cousin, and there was this epiphany that took place one Thanksgiving where he was like, it's not just like drugs in our family. It's not just alcohol in our family. It's not just, adultery, sex, whatever. There is an addictive spirit that has just sat on this segment of the family. So whether it is every Friday, I got to have my 2-piece from Popeyes. If it's every time I feel sad, I got to go get me a pint of Hennessy. Whatever it is, there is something that has just rested on us as a family. And my vice is different than yours, but I still have a vice that I choose to consistently go to.
Right. Because it's a protective shell. So I want to roll down.
I wouldn't call it a protective shell. I would call it just a go-to shell.
Well, I think it's a protective shell because you both. And since we have a therapist in here, because neither one of us, because we can therapize.
Oh, no.
We can therapize.
No, I'm a therapist also.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, look, Stephanie, he done took the whole thing.
Yeah, I said I am a therapist
and you
also.
Are?
Indeed I am. I just don't have my license, but I'm that.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm just gonna move on to the next one because that was one that was jaw dropping. So we can all be therapists.
No, I
you
am
can
a
advise
therapist.
somebody on something?
Sure, can I do it every day on the Love and Victory show with Val?
He got over 100,000 clients. He got over 100,000 clients.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I got.
Are you crying? Can you not hear?
I love it. Okay, let me ask this question.
Shoot.
Do you guys, since we've come over to the other side, do you ever act fake? And I guess the reason I'm asking this question, because some people say that they are healed. Some people say, no, it's not on the program. That's my question. Some people say that they healed. Some people say that they have evolved. But I want to ask the question, are you fake? Have you been fake? No, come on, Taylor, give it to us. See, I'm looking at Taylor, and there's a reason. So Taylor is probably the youngest on the panel, and so Brandy, how old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, I already knew. See, that's what I say. She's the youngest on the panel, and so sometimes we forget.
Yeah.
And someone that is younger is still working through it and walking through it. And they hear all of our glam things that sound good. And we're telling them where they need to be and how they should be. And they see this here. Right. So answer that question.
What is
she got the
fake?
point. She got it.
Well, speaking of therapy, because I'm in it heavily.
There you go.
Shout out to my therapist. So it's so crazy because I've been going through this epiphany. We like to be in therapy and we think we've overcome several things. And there's been a topic that my therapist and I have been talking about, which has been people pleasing. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not a people pleaser. Like, people pleaser are those brown nosing people that you're working with and they kiss up to the boss. And I'm not people pleasing. I mean, I have trouble saying no, and I have trouble speaking my mind, and I have trouble, sometimes showing up as my authentic version of myself, but I'm not a people pleaser, but I very much am. And so that's been something you think, yes, I am. No. It's real because we've had this conversation. Yes. And so that's been something that I've been working through these last couple of months. I'm like, oh, I'm a people pleaser. That's why it's such a struggle to say no, or such a struggle to sometimes say what I want. So I'm not going to say I'm fake, but am I like 100% honest with myself, how I want to show up, how I show up
that's
all the
what
time.
That's what I'm talking
No.
about. It's not so much for the other people, but
It's
how
for
does
me.
it make it's for you?
It's for
How
me.
does it make you
So
feel?
that makes you feel fake because
She
you
is
don't
being
say
fake.
no.
She-
And so do you
Well,
get
I
upset
feel
with
fake.
yourself?
Oh,
when you don't say
absolutely.
no?
Well, yeah, and that's
And
a
then
part of
it's
the
like,
work, right?
Yeah,
It's
okay.
not on people because you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
But if you don't treat yourself well, then how are you going to teach people to treat yourself
Hey,
well?
There you go.
So it's been a me thing of like, okay, Taylor, let's go back to childhood. Or what are those reasons why you
Yes.
never felt empowered to say no? That you don't want to show up to 50 events a month, or you don't want to do this, or you don't want to speak what you're really feeling. So I do feel like a phony. You're right. I wouldn't say I'm a fake person because I'm still genuine in it. But I have to recognize there's boundaries and ways I need to use that. So it's like I believe I have a kind heart, but a kind heart will get you ran over if you don't.
Say
monitor
that. Did
way,
y'all? Okay.
you know.
No. For the people in the back of the room, I do need you to repeat that.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, so you can be a kind person, but with boundaries, right? Because probably people get ran over all the time if you don't set the appropriate boundaries and learn how to speak up for yourself. So it does make me feel frustrated with myself, but then I give myself grace because I realized it was a learned behavior. If I didn't feel that way as a child, how am I gonna miraculously feel that way in my 20s, right? But thank God for being able to work on yourself. So that's something I'm still struggling with, and working through. Always trying to show up as the authentic version of myself.
Acknowledgement.
As we keep moving out, anybody else want to add?
Well, at 43, I'm still working on that then. Well, I am real as it come. I am real, but I guess I can say I guess piggyback on that people pleaser, but because I can't say no. That is my weakness. I guess I am so very caring, loving, being the provider, the giver, the caretaker, and it's just being my heart.
One that want to hold the family together
Yeah,
that Stephanie was talking about earlier.
That's me.
To cut the crap.
Yes, and I love doing that, and that's my weakness, and that's what brings me down, and then the end results when I get through it wears me out, and then I get frustrated at myself, and I'm like, why did you just do that? And you making yourself tired and you wearing yourself out, and next time don't do that, or you're not doing this for nothing. And then I find myself a couple of months later, I'm doing it right back again. I'm doing this again. I'm following in this same old pattern. I'm
AD Stephanie, what kind of advice
yes, give me some advice, please. I just keep repeating.
Because when you're a therapist, even though you may not be working on yourself, but you can help other folks to be empower themselves.
Is that what you do sometimes?
Yes, I do that.
So
I do that. Yeah.
I'll take on the having a challenging saying no. It can be for a lot of different reasons. Fear of missing out, not wanting to, disappoint people. But saying no is just like working out, right? So you go to the gym first time, treadmill is gonna kick your butt. Then you can, navigate up to the Stairmaster. Then you can start lifting weights. There's a progression that needs to take place, but it won't take place until you actually start. So you
got to do your first no.
Your first no, and there is a relief that comes with that, because what's going to happen? You're going to say no, and then you're going to feel as if you need to validate why you're saying no. No is a complete sentence.
No.
Yeah.
And you can say no with a smile on your face.
Respectfully.
Or disrespectfully. However you want to. You can
They
say
can take
no.
it how they want to take
You
it.
can say no, and you can keep it moving. You can give all the other reasons that come behind it, but that is unnecessary. Hey, I got this event. No.
Right.
But it has to start somewhere. You can do it with family, friends, business. Doesn't matter. Because the more you say it, the easier it's going to be the next time.
I really do.
Yeah. So I think it has to start with your closest ones to you, because that's where the struggle comes in from. And if we can start saying no to those very individuals.
Simple stuff. Hey, girl, let's go to brunch. No, I'm good. You got to flex it, because then when you can say no to those small things, saying no.
That's what I want to be. Invite me. I'm always doing for others.
Yeah.
Doing this. pick up the phone and say, girl, let me take you out to eat. Let me do this for you. Instead of me always be, like I said, being caregiver, giving it, doing this.
But then you have, I think you also have to challenge, how am I interacting with them? Am I always showing up as this person? So this is all that they know me as. And so in their mind, the default is that I'm the person that they go to for their needs to be met.
Ooh.
I think one of the most important ways to work on, because it's a slow process of, I was the chairman of people pleasers. Like I was over the committee. I was the chair of the committee.
On the board. Okay.
I was on the the Holy Spirit told me one day, he said, I want you to stop being a doormat. And I said, okay, well, how do I stop doing that? And he said, we're going to go to the mall and you're going to go to the food court. I didn't know what he was saying to me. So I'm like, just listen. I'm like, okay, I don't know all the details, but I'm surely you're going to tell me when I get there. I get to the mall and I'm in the food court. And he said, I want you to go around and all of the people that offer you a sample in the food court, this is how I'm going to start teaching you boundaries. I want you to say no to the samples. It was so strategic of the Holy Spirit to introduce me to boundaries around people. It was a training ground. The mall was a training ground. I didn't know those people. My struggles with the people that I knew, but also if I saw a stranger and they were on the side of the road, I can't even change a tire, but here I am getting out the car. Well, let me help you call AAA. Let me do. So yes. It's really like releasing yourself from the burden of other people's expectations and their feelings. It's not your job to manage how they feel because you are unavailable. It is your job to take care of yourself, not to hit the override button, and to identify that I don't have time for that. And that no is not elaborate. You don't have to lie. You don't have to make an excuse. You don't have to give any context. It is no.
No.
Got it.
Whew. What you say? Got it. Well, okay. I absolutely love it.
AD said it best. He said no is a complete sentence.
As you guys can see it. Thank you so much, Stephanie, and thank you, AD, for that and for pouring into my niece. Because you're gonna be all right. Just get that word down. No. Okay. I as you guys can see, I brought my grandson. That made it important for him. Hey, Jason, how you doing? That's my grandson. Fine. He made it. It was so important for him to be here to celebrate with his grandmother and his grandfather. I could not bring him up. He also said something to me last night that was so profound, and he asked, and we don't have to go into the conversation of it, but you said, Granny, have you ever heard of this? I'm going to ask you to finish this.
I asked you, have you ever heard of attachment styles?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in that, since we have a therapist in here, I'm going to ask, repeat it for the people in the back of the room again.
Attachment styles.
Okay, for the people in the back of the room, I'm going to ask the therapist real quick, if you can, take that and break that down for us real quick, because we all have that.
Yes.
Or have had it at some point.
So it's the way that you latch on to your caregivers at a young age. And this is going to be within the earlier months of a child's life. After it's called symbiosis, it's a stage where the kid identifies that the mom and the baby are no longer one person and that actually has its own soul and hands and feet. And so how that baby latches onto the caregivers, then it projects the way that they interact with the rest of the world. Now, if that caregiver was reliable, consistent, upheld boundaries, but was also nurturing, and that kiddo is probably going to have a secure attachment style. If that parent was in and out, the kid was crying too long, nobody was coming to feed the kid, that kiddo might grow up and have an anxious or anxious avoidant attachment style, where they want to be close to people, but they sabotage relationships because their primary caregiver was not there to meet their needs. And so they don't trust that people are going to be there to care for them when they need help. And then the other one is disorganized, which is a combination of, it's anxious avoidant, and then disorganized, which is anxious and avoidant. So not only maybe you're in a romantic relationship and you're always calling and texting your partner and you're like, why aren't they responding to me? You're anxious. And then when they do respond, you push back. It's like always this push and tug and with the person that you love, because your parent was probably in and out during your formative years. They were present at certain times and then other times they weren't. You were abandoned, maybe emotionally, physically. And so that causes you to have a disorganized way of interacting with love. And then again, you sabotage most of the close relationships to you.
No, I got a question on that. Now, do you have to remain that way or there are exits?
The goal is for everyone, and there are other attachment styles now, but these are the real ones. They don't come with a lot of different ones now. But no, the goal is to have a secure attachment style. And when you're in a relationship with the right person, it really helps to help you to cultivate and trust people again, because it's a big deal when the people that brought you into this world were not dependable. That causes a slew of other issues. But when you're with the right person, oh my goodness, with a God partner, it helps. Even friendships, when you have friends that are literally showing up for you, or friends where there's reciprocity, or friends who want more for you but not from you, that continues to reinforce a secure attachment style. And falling in love with Jesus.
Come on now.
Falling in love
with Jesus. Oh, falling in love with Jesus.
I appreciate that so much.
And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to Arabella Counseling. And
the reason I brought that grandson, I just want to say that then I'm coming down to my daughter. But grandson, I'm just so proud of you. When I tell you, God has something amazing for you. Yes, you always are pouring back into others, but I want you to continue to pour into yourself.
Amen.
You're on a new journey, and don't be afraid to choose you.
Don't be afraid to take the leaps of life.
And so you're going somewhere. And I just love you so much. And I just wanted to say it. I wanted to bring you up here because there are so many people that don't understand what you just said. So that was powerful that you said it to your granny. All righty then.
And that's also Diamond's brother.
That is Diamond's baby brother. Well, no, that's her brother. Yes, that's her brother. So then I'm going to move over to my baby girl, our baby girl, Angel. She came in from Dallas to be here with us this morning. Hey, Angel, welcome to the Love and Victory Show.
Angel.
Take the mic in, and if you can, I'm gonna ask you, if you don't mind, real quick, if there is something about you that is behind the exterior that you're struggling with, or who are you behind the exterior that you feel comfortable sharing?
Oh, y'all know I'm a crier.
That's okay. Who you are.
You got some tissue in the back.
You got that. This is come on now. This is, one of the things is that we're transparent. If you don't feel comfortable, it's okay. But wow. Okay.
Yeah, don't you cry on just a question.
Okay.
Y'all know I'm a babe.
That's okay. Come on. True.
Yeah, we all.
Can you ask that question again? Sorry, I was not prepared.
Behind the exterior, is there something? And we kind of talked about a lot of different things, the mask, and don't break down that you can leave someone else with that you've worked through.
Give you any advice?
That if you can give any advice that was a struggle that you've worked through.
I think I'm working through it now currently.
Okay.
Boundaries. I cannot say no. Thank you, Daddy. Praise the Lord. It's certain people I can't say no to, and that's my family. Even from 4 hours away, like I will stretch myself from pillow to post
say no.
to try to make it to different things, even though like my schedule at home is overwhelming and I've created a whole life in a in a different city. But I think boundaries, and with boundaries it comes twofold. So I think with boundaries, and I kind of resonate with Brandy, because when you create boundaries, you have to mourn you're mourning, and the person that you're creating boundaries from is mourning as well. So you're mourning a loss of somebody that you were. And sometimes it's comfort to go back to that person.
Ooh, come on now.
So
it's natural.
Yeah, it's natural. But he made the analogy of working out. Once you start, sometime, child, I'm pretty sure everybody has started working out. It was a busy week that has happened, and they stopped. And then the next week they stopped. And then the next week they stopped. And they say they're gonna go back, but it didn't. But you have to stay the course and be consistent. And as my dad always says, let your yays be yays. and your nays be nays. And like I said it and meant it.
Okay, all
But
right.
you don't have to be rude and disrespectful. Like you could just say no. If people ask like why, okay, I don't want to.
Okay.
And I think that's respectful enough. So yeah.
As you can see, we have some amazing young adults around us. Thank you, baby girl. I love what you
That's
just
my
said.
little angel right there.
Yeah, you know,
My little angel.
and I want to say I don't want to move past this because you start with your family, setting boundaries. That's where your strength come from. A lot of times we say that we struggle with setting it with our family because we don't want to disappoint. That was me.
Yeah.
So that's a personal thing. And so you have to work on not worrying about disappointing anyone, but you have to take care of you.
And I think that also has to do with confidence too.
Within yourself.
Like if you're already kind of lack confidence or your confidence is shaky, I think it'll be harder.
Girl, heal yourself around this camp, girl. You better talk now.
Yes. All righty then. Well, we're gonna move on. Abigail is throwing them things up. We got about 2 more minutes for final thoughts. I absolutely love you. And we're going to take some of these comments real quick. And then we're going to come in for final thoughts. So if we can someone read off a few of the comments? Somebody get the mic and can someone get the mic and take off some of these comments that's on here, please, real quick?
Okay.
Yeah, we got to shout our viewers out.
Yeah.
Monique said, no, sis, boundaries are necessary. And if those people are for you, they don't see that as a loss.
Keep going. Okay. Period.
Solomon said the ability to grant yourself the ability to say no can be profound to people who want to please everyone.
Yes.
And we also have some comments about the 100K.
Keep going.
Followers.
Keep going.
Joanne said, you deserve this, guys. Darnell Harper said, I'm so happy for you guys. Joseph Lane said, it brings tears to my eyes.
Wow.
ELTSW says, thank you, Mr. and Miss Carter, for taking care of our daughter, Stephanie.
That's ours too. We love her. That's my sister right there.
Yes. These comments are, I can shed a tear. They're just so sweet.
Okay. I just want to say, and Brother Carter, before we wrap up this show, what do you want to leave the people with? And we'll go around the room at the end. We'll make it real quick. So we're going to start with you, Jason. Any final thoughts? Make it real quick. What's your name? What city you live in? And keep it pushing.
I'm Jason. I'm from San Antonio. And be okay letting people go.
Oh, love it.
I'm Stephanie. I'm from Michigan. And I'm agreeing with that. Be okay with letting people go.
Come on now.
I'm Adonis. I'm from Houston. Be okay with saying no.
Okay then. Yes.
I'm Chef Brandy Hinds-Boone. I'm from Houston. I'm going to try to be okay with letting people go.
I got your back. All righty.
Hi, Tahlar Rowe from Houston, Texas, and just learn to be yourself.
Okay, then.
I'm Angel. I live in Dallas, but from Houston, Texas. I will always say that. My final thought is let your yays be yays and your nays be nays, and stand on it.
Okay, then.
All right. I'm gonna steal your daddy stuff, huh? Okay. I'm Brother Carter with the Love and Victory Show with Val, and my final thought would be learn to appreciate who you are.
My final thought to you guys, I absolutely love you, and we could not have done this without you. Have an amazing Saturday. Do something special for you. Until next time. Bye.
Thank you.